For millennia, the Bible has been a source of spiritual guidance for billions. But what if, hidden within its verses, lie scientific truths written long before modern discovery? These insights challenge us to see the Bible with new eyes, suggesting a wisdom beyond its time. The Bible isn't a science textbook, yet it describes the cosmos, Earth and life with accuracy that defies its era. Today, we'll explore 20 mind-blowing scientific facts hidden in the Bible, uncovering knowledge recorded centuries before science could prove it. Prepare to have your perspective shifted as we reveal a harmony between faith and reason. Ancient civilizations believed the Earth was flat, a view that dominated for centuries. Yet in the 8th century BC, the prophet Isaiah wrote of God sitting above the circle of the Earth. The Hebrew word chug can mean circle or sphere, hinting at a round Earth. This was radical, predating Greek philosophers who first proposed a spherical Earth by centuries. Isaiah's description aligns with what we now see from space, a blue sphere. This ancient insight stands apart from the flat Earth beliefs of its time. It's a quiet but powerful suggestion of knowledge beyond human understanding. Ancient myths imagined the Earth resting on animals or held by gods. Yet the Book of Job, written over 3,500 years ago, states, "He hangs the Earth upon nothing. No pillars, no cosmic turtles. Just the void and our world suspended within it." Today we know Earth floats freely in space, held by gravity. For an ancient writer to describe this reality is astonishing. It's as if Job glimpsed our planet from space, centuries before science could confirm it. The water cycle's complexity eluded ancient thinkers, who imagined underground reservoirs feeding rivers. Yet, Ecclesiastes observes, "All streams flow into the sea, yet the sea is never full. To the place the streams come from, there they return again." Amos adds, "God calls for the waters of the sea and pours them out over the land." These verses describe evaporation, precipitation, and the continuous water cycle. This scientific concept wasn't fully understood until the 16th and 17th centuries. The Bible outlined it millennia earlier, a poetic yet accurate summary of nature's cycle. Today we know blood is essential for life, carrying oxygen and fighting infection. But for most of history, its true function was a mystery. Bloodletting was common, often harmful. Yet Leviticus declares, "The life of the flesh is in the blood." This isn't metaphor, it's a foundational biological truth. Modern science affirms that life is inextricably linked to blood. The Bible stated this thousands of years before medicine understood it, a stunning example of scientific foreknowledge. Ancient astronomers believed the stars could be counted, cataloging hundreds. Yet in Genesis, God tells Abraham, "Look up at the sky and count the stars, if indeed you can count them." The implication, you cannot. Today we know the universe contains billions of galaxies, each with billions of stars, truly uncountable. What was once metaphor is now scientific fact. The Bible's description predates our understanding by millennia, a promise based on cosmic reality. To ancient mariners, the ocean was chaotic and unpredictable. Yet Psalm 8 speaks of the paths of the seas, suggesting defined routes and currents. This idea inspired Matthew Maury, the father of modern oceanography, to chart ocean currents in the 19th century. His work revolutionized navigation and confirmed the existence of these paths. A poetic verse became a scientific breakthrough. The Bible hinted at ocean currents 3,000 years before their discovery. Order in the chaos of the deep. Ancient words, modern science. The world feels solid, but what is it made of? Hebrews states, "What is seen was not made out of what was visible." This aligns with atomic theory. Matter is made of invisible particles and forces. Atoms, subatomic particles, and quantum fields form the foundation of reality. The Bible described this invisible basis of matter nearly 2,000 years before science. A profound declaration about the nature of the universe. The unseen forms the seen. For centuries, the universe was thought to be static. Yet, the Old Testament repeatedly describes God stretching out the heavens. This phrase appears at least 17 times, depicting a dynamic, expanding cosmos. In the 1920s, Edwin Hubble discovered galaxies moving away from us, evidence of expansion. The stretching is now the accepted scientific view. Ancient scripture used the perfect verb for a concept modern science only recently confirmed. The Bible's language prefigured cosmology. Ancient cities were plagued by disease due to poor sanitation. The Bible, over 3,000 years ago, gave laws for waste disposal. Designate a place outside the camp. Dig a hole and cover up your excrement. This simple command separated waste from living areas and required burial. It prevented contamination and disease, principles of public health. The germ theory wouldn't be discovered for millennia. The Bible's sanitation laws were revolutionary for their time. Ancient wisdom, modern hygiene. Quarantine is a cornerstone of modern disease control, but it was unknown in ancient times. Leviticus 13 details protocols for isolating those with infectious diseases. Suspected cases were examined, isolated, and re-examined after 7 days. Procedures included disinfection and washing. These laws form the basis of controlling contagious diseases. The world's first recorded quarantine laws, written 3,500 years ago, a system of public health far ahead of its time. Job describes the water cycle with scientific precision. He draws up the drops of water, which distill as rain to the streams. Draws up describes evaporation. Distill refers to purification as vapor rises and cools. Clouds then pour down their moisture. Precipitation. This is a step-by-step meteorology lesson. The Bible outlined the mechanics of the water cycle thousands of years before science. Ancient text, modern understanding. Nature's process described in detail. To the ancients, air seemed weightless and intangible. In Job, it's written, God established a weight for the wind. This statement, once nonsensical, is now scientific fact. Air has mass and exerts pressure. The barometer, invented in the 17th century, proved atmospheric pressure. The Bible recorded this truth millennia earlier. Invisible, yet measurable. Ancient insight, modern physics. Genesis commands circumcision on the 8th day of life. Why the 8th day? Modern medicine reveals that blood clotting factors peak then. Vitamin K and prothrombin levels are highest, ensuring safe healing. This timing minimizes risk and maximizes recovery. The Bible's instruction aligns perfectly with biological reality, a precise medical insight unknown for millennia. Divine timing, scientific confirmation. The idea of a rotating earth was once heretical. In Luke, Jesus describes his return. People are sleeping, grinding grain, and working in fields, all at the same moment. Night, morning, and day occurring simultaneously is only possible on a rotating, spherical Earth. This presupposes global time zones and Earth's rotation. Jesus' words, spoken 2,000 years ago, imply a scientific truth. The Bible hints at Earth's rotation long before it was accepted. Ancient text, modern astronomy. To the naked eye, stars seem similar, differing only in brightness. Paul writes in 1 Corinthians, "Star differs from star in splendor." Modern astronomy confirms stars vary in size, color, temperature, and composition. No two stars are exactly alike. Paul's analogy used for a spiritual point is scientifically precise. The Bible recognized stellar diversity millennia before telescopes. Unique glory, cosmic truth. Ancient cultures saw nature as chaotic, ruled by capricious gods. Jeremiah records God's words, the fixed laws of heaven and earth. This speaks of an ordered, predictable universe, nature governed by laws. Science seeks to discover these laws: gravity, motion, thermodynamics. The Bible presented this principle as a divine institution, an ordered cosmos, not chaos. Ancient scripture, scientific foundation. The ocean floor was a mystery for millennia. In Job, God asks, "Have you journeyed to the springs of the sea?" This implied the existence of underwater springs. In 1977, scientists discovered hydrothermal vents, springs on the ocean floor. These vents support unique ecosystems and revolutionized biology. The Bible referenced oceanic springs 4,000 years before their discovery. Ancient question, modern answer. Hand washing is now known to prevent disease, but this was not always understood. Numbers 19 prescribes washing after contact with a corpse, using running water and cleansing agents. Running water is more effective than stagnant water for removing germs. The ashes used created a soapy solution, enhancing cleansing. The Bible mandated hygiene practices thousands of years before germ theory. Ritual with real-world benefits. Ancient law, modern medicine. Fingerprints are unique to every individual, a foundation of forensic science. Job says, "He seals the hand of every man." In ancient times, a seal was a unique mark of identity. The verse poetically describes a unique, divinely given mark on every hand. This resonates with the modern discovery of fingerprints, individuality encoded in our skin, ancient poetry, scientific reality. The second law of thermodynamics states that everything moves from order to disorder, entropy. Psalm 102 says, The heavens, it will all wear out like a garment. This poetic line describes universal decay, aligning with entropy. The universe is running down just as the Bible described. The Creator stands outside this process, eternal and unchanging. Ancient scripture, modern physics, timeless truth about the universe. The Bible isn't a science textbook, but its pages contain startling scientific truths. From the expanding universe to the uniqueness of fingerprints, these facts were written long before science confirmed them. They stand as a testimony to the Bible's unique origin and reliability. We've seen a harmony between faith and fact, a resonance between scripture and discovery. The accuracy explored here suggests knowledge beyond human limitation. Perhaps the one who wrote the laws of nature also inspired these words. Thank you for joining this journey. If you found it insightful, like, subscribe, and share.